bien. Today's lesson is going to be about the preterite tense in Spanish. We use the preterite tense to talk about completed actions in the past. For example, what you did on your last holiday, what you did last weekend, and also a recent event that might have happened in school. So we start with the infinitive and we remove the ending. So for AR verbs, we take off the AR and we add the following endings. Bailé, I danced. Bailaste, you danced. Bailó, he or she danced. Bailamos, we danced. Bailastes, you danced. And bailaron, they danced. Don't forget that for first person I and third person he or she, you need an accent on the last letter. So the really good thing about the preterite tense is that ER and IR verbs have the same ending. So once you know ER, you also know how to form IR verbs. So for ER, you take off the ER and you add the following endings. Comí, I ate. Comiste, you ate. Comí yo, he or she ate. Comimos, we ate. Comisteis, you plural ate. And comieron, they ate. And IR verbs, you've got the same endings, you remove the IR and you add the following ones. Salí, I went out. Saliste, you went out. Salí yo, he or she went out. Salimos, we went out. Salisteis, you plural went out. And salieron, they went out. So with all tenses you have some irregular verbs, and the first irregular verb in the preterite tense we're going to look at is the verb ir, which means to go. So fui, I went. Fuiste, you went. Fue, he or she went. Fuimos, we went. Fuisteis, you plural went. And fueron, they went. Don't forget that fue can also mean it was, depending on the context. So if you're describing how something was and you're giving your opinion, for example, fue interesante, it would mean it was interesting. The next irregular verb is hacer, which means to do. Hice, I did. Hiciste, you did. Hizo, he or she did. Hicimos, we did. Hicisteis, you plural did, and hicieron, they did. And the last irregular verb we're going to look at is the verb tener, which means to have. Tuve, I had. Tuviste, you had. Tuvo, he or she had. Tuvimos, we had. Tuvisteis, you plural had. And tuvieron, they had. Notice that the irregular verbs in the preterite tense don't need the accents in the first and third person like you do in regular verbs. So let's have a look at the following sentences now. Try and translate them into Spanish. You've got 2 minutes. Okay, so let's have a look at these sentences together. Last week I danced in the disco. La semana pasada bailé en la discoteca. So the word pasada, which means last, has to come after the word week in Spanish. So in English it would be the week last. Pasada is feminine because semana is a feminine word, so it has to end in an A. And don't forget, bailé, you need the accent on the E. Yesterday we ate chicken. Ayer comimos pollo. Last year I went to Málaga with my family. El año pasado fui a Málaga con mi familia. Again, the pasado is coming after año, which means year in Spanish, and it's a masculine adjective, o, because año is a masculine word. And it was very fun. Fue muy divertido. Remember, fue can mean it was if you're giving an opinion, or also he or she went. Thank you so much for watching this video on the preterite tense in Spanish. I really hope it helped. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and anything you need help with in the future, comment in the box below and I'll be happy to help. Adios!